day one of my Ayurvedic guide to lockdown, I talked about the importance of rhythm and routine. And during that video, I talked a lot about waking up and what time to wake up in the morning. Now, the other end of this is what time to go to bed. During this lockdown, there's some research that's being collated now that is telling us that quite a lot of people have been suffering with poor sleep, which is unsurprising really in the last few weeks. So if your sleep hasn't been affected and generally you're a good sleeper, then probably not much interest in this video for you. But if you've been suffering for some time with poor sleep, particularly the inability to get to sleep, or you found during this lockdown period that you've been suffering with being able to get to sleep, I just wanted to share a few tips with you to help you hopefully maybe be able to get to sleep. So there are different reasons why we sometimes can't fall asleep. Some of it's to do with a rise in anxieties and things that we're worrying about. So obviously at the minute for a lot of people there's quite a lot at play in terms of their work life, their home life, maybe their love life, lots of things to play on the mind. So my suggestion here is to journal before bed, around about half an hour before bed. If you can sit down with a pen and paper and get down on the paper anything that's been worrying you, troubling you throughout the day, literally get it out the head, get it onto the paper, and then hopefully you might find that when you get into bed it's playing less on your mind. The other thing that a lot of people are experiencing at the moment, or certainly I hear through clients, is the change in routine. So whereby before we might have thought, oh, we need to get to bed because X, Y or Z, we've got to be up fresh in the morning. For some people that part of their routine has very much changed. However, I would encourage, particularly if you're having trouble sleeping, to try and reinstate some kind of sleep routine. So this means going to bed at a regular time. So naturally the body, I mentioned this in the first video, starts to secrete melatonin as the afternoon goes on up into the evening and really then peaks in the middle of the night. And we want to catch hold of this natural wave of the body seeking, in conjunction in relation to the light, to wish to settle down and to get some sleep so that the body can rest, recover, repair and reset itself for the next day ahead. So things to do are to very much focus on calming the body and settling down. So that's what this hormone does in the body. It starts to settle us down. So what we want to do is to flow along with that. So this means preferably no screens, sort of for about half an hour before bed. So this might mean I need to be switched off right now. But yes, certainly in bed, if you can avoid screens, keep them in another room and switch them off kind of half an hour before bed, that's really good. And then that allows the body time to, and the mind in particular, to start to settle. Some people like falling asleep reading, and if you fall asleep with reading, no problem at all. If you find that you read and then you're not able to fall asleep and you're tossing and turning, it might be that the material you're reading is too mentally stimulating. So you might like to switch for something a bit more boring, something that literally sends you off to sleep. That might be preferable there. Otherwise, I would often suggest to clients I've had some really good results with this, to do something that's really quite mundane, quite calming, an activity that really is not stimulating before bed. So maybe it's playing an instrument for you, maybe that you find that relaxing, maybe it's doing some craft of some description, maybe it's doing one of those mindful colouring books. Whatever it is, just something that's a very soothing, calming activity. Then another practice that can be really good, I mentioned in another video about the benefits of oiling. So you can put a drop of lavender oil into either some olive oil or some sunflower oil, massage the soles of the feet and also the earlobes. They respond really well to being massaged before, just gently soothing the earlobes, soothing the ears, And again, hopefully that might steady you down and enable you to have a good night's sleep.